It's time now for the Mike Rickenbaugh Ford Lincoln GiveMikeATry.com Game of the Week.
And of course, the GiveMikeATry.com Game of the Week featured two 5A teams right here on the Strand. You got Carolina Forest and you got Socastee. What can you say about the Braves? Been red hot this season, playing extremely well. That offense is legit. They have weapons all over the field. Carolina Forest, they've won some ball games. They've stumbled a little bit along the way, but they are still one of the best here on the Grand Strand, and they got a lot of weapons as well. How will this one play out? Let's head to the den and find out. Carolina Forest showing off the Spirit Award. More on that later in the show. Following an early turnover, Carolina Forest, they are going to get on the board. It's Porter in the end zone from a yard out, 7-0 Panthers. Socastee answers. Hunter Illing, short pass, Devin Stamp, cross the middle, scores from 10 yards out, and we are tied. Carolina Forest goes back in the lead. David Leggett on a 3-yard scamper. He'll rumble in. 14-7 Panthers. Back come the Braves. They're keeping pace. Illing, 24-yard connection to Stamp. Second time that's taken place. 14-all in the second quarter. Late in the quarter, Carolina Forest steps on the gas. It's Porter again, 3 yards, 21-14 Panthers. Just before the half, Matt Beal airing one out. Sean Malo, he's going to run it in. 7-point lead for the Panthers on homecoming just before the half. We're going to get ourselves some more action in the third quarter. Socastee striking again. Illing throwing deep to Kenny Solomon. He is going to go the distance. How about 80 to the house? And that cuts the Carolina Forest lead to 28-21. But the Panthers nearly unstoppable on the ground. Beal with a keeper just walks it in. 35-21 Carolina Forest. Panthers continue to rag up the points. Porter one more time. 4 yards in. His third score of the night would give the Forest a 21-point lead. Socastee fighting back. Illing, quick slant, Stamp. That trims the Carolina Forest lead to 42-27. But Beal going back up top. He finds his main man, Mello, again for yet another touchdown hookup. The play covers 52 yards. Carolina Forest goes up 49-27. Panthers score one more time. Collier running in, this time from 24 yards out. The rushing attack was clearly working for the Panthers tonight. Near the end of the game, Illing has his pass tipped and right into the arms of the Panther defense. Nice run back here to end the Socastee threats as the Panthers go on to win tonight on homecoming over the Braves, 56-27. That right there improves Carolina Forest to 4-2. More so, they pick up that crucial region opening win as the Braves fall for just the second time, but their second loss comes in region. They will look to turn the tide next week when they host Conway. As for Carolina Forest, as we mentioned, they will go to Memorial Stadium next Thursday night to take on South Florence. After this big ball game, our own Mark Haggard, well, he was out with the winning team, the Panthers, victorious tonight, and has all of your post-game right here and right now.
Yeah, so the Carolina Forest Panthers win their region opener with a huge win over Socastee. And joining me is head coach Mark Morris. Coach, we were talking about this offense maybe being a bit anemic. I think that was overturned tonight.
No, the kids did a good job tonight and controlled the ball up front on the offensive line, still made some big plays in the passing game, and, you know, had a great performance out of a good group of guys, and good team effort, it really was.
Boy, I saw some names: Yankovic, Goss, McHugh, Schubert. Those guys were laying some blocks. It's not all about Matt Beal. I know he's a great option quarterback, threw some nice long ones down the field. Beal's certainly one of the best quarterbacks in the area, but man, that offensive line.
No, our line did a good job tonight. I mean, we're had some pretty tough opponents leading into conference play, and you know, and kept learning and building each week, and really did a good job tonight. Like I said, really controlling the ball, controlling the clock, and defense played great. I mean, it just really was. There's an overall good team effort tonight.
Huge win, you left no doubt, and the cheerleaders were on hand. You won the Spirit Award this week. We'll have more on that later in the show, but first, the cheerleaders have a cheer for us. Ladies, go.
Let's go, Panthers! Let's go! Let's go, Panthers! Let's
The Carolina Panthers in the end zone tonight. Head coach Mark Morris, you're perfect on the season. We don't care about those preseason games. You're 1-0.
Yes, sir. We preach that all week, you know, the non-conference schedules. It's just all practice games leading up to this, and especially the way the state's set up by making the playoffs. Conference games is what matters, and we are 1-0, and hopefully we can have another good performance at South Florence.
All right, tough decision. Who does the HTC game ball go to tonight?
Well, we did have, like I said, a good performance by a number of guys tonight, but the game ball is going to go to Quasim Porter.
Oh, yeah! Quasim, before tonight, I'm going to have to admit something. I know who you are now, but your name wasn't even on the roster.
No comment.
How about those big uglies up front blocking for you?
It's great.
Huh?
It's great. Appreciate it. I trust him.
Let's talk about this offense a little bit and the way you were able to slice through that Socastee defense. You got some openings. The big guys blocked up front for you, but you really did the job tonight. 3 touchdowns for you.
It's all of them. It's all the line.
All right, you're a very humble man. HTC game ball, Quasim Porter. Remember the name. Coach Morris, who do we have next week?
I got a tough opponent in South Florence, so hopefully everything will be good next week. So we'll see.
All right, Carolina Forest is in the end zone. Guys, let's hear it all the way back to the studio. Let's go.
Let's go!